Hi there, it's day 51, 27th of November 2014. This is the recording of my journey of becoming a life coach. I am basically recording my daily routines of goal setting, reflection on what's happening on my way to becoming a life coach and deciding on whether it's a scam or a success. This time around it's going to be a success. This is the first time I've attempted to become a life coach, but the telling factor here is that I am ready and prepared to make the changes that I need to make in my life to be successful with who I want to be and to have the growth and change that I want to be and need. The idea and the concepts over 5 years of working out how I'm going to improve or looking at a personal growth journey. It's only over the last 50 days that I've realised that it's really time to do something. The past 4 or 5 years I've looked into different programs, projects, businesses, spent well over 50-60 grand on myself, tried to find the secret, and basically the secret was within me, and I'm not trying to sound too philosophical there, but it doesn't matter which program or which business or which idea you get involved in. I've learned that it purely comes down to yourself, your own motivation and your own dedication and commitment to doing it and achieving it. So in the past I believed that all these things were a scam. You can spend $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, $50,000, and the idea was that these people would give you this miracle cure or idea or method or strategy of how to be successful or how to be happy with yourself. They're basically mentors, and they're pushing you and talking you along the way into getting things. So in effect, the more you spend, the more serious you are to do it, if that money means something to you. So if you need $100 a day to get by on and you spend $1,000, then it's going to mean something to you. If you spend $10,000, if you're earning $50,000 a day, well then $1,000 doesn't mean anything to you really, and it's not going to be that important. So you're going to need a program that might cost you $1 million. So it's all relative to what you see money as and what you spend it on, but that's not actually the case. It's a case of actually you wanting to do it and committing to it yourself, and regardless of the money you spend, it does have a little factor to it, but it's the standard that you want to achieve and how much you want to be committed, and that comes back to the basis of setting goals. Funnily enough, I am an online business and management trainer. I help and train students through their business and management courses, and part of that course is doing goal setting. And for quite some time I've been teaching and promoting goal setting, but I haven't actually done it myself. I did start to get involved in it. I read the How to Think and Grow Rich with Napoleon Hill. From Napoleon Hill, he suggests that you write daily goals and you read them out aloud every day and all that sort of stuff. I did it for a few weeks. Don't know why I stopped. Can't remember why I stopped. Don't know how successful they were. The goals now, looking back on it, weren't specific enough. I had a house in Sydney. One of my goals was to have that house paid off within X amount of time. I sold the house, so it was paid off. So the goal that I was looking for there didn't necessarily work to what I was trying to achieve. I was trying to raise the money myself to be able to pay it off, but so yeah. So where have I come from? Basically, as I said, no motivation, no perseverance. I was a heavy smoker, heavy drinker. What does that mean? Half a pack a day. I could go out in the afternoon, on a Friday afternoon at 5 o'clock in the evening, go to the pub, and I could smoke a packet of cigarettes by 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I could have 15, 20 schooners in that time, schooners of beer. I'd be drinking 2, 3, 4 nights a week, to that consumption level. I was drinking to get drunk, no matter what people try and say or what they try and believe that I was doing. It wasn't because I necessarily enjoyed drinking or enjoyed the flavour. I was literally going to get drunk. I was trying to hide from my emotions and my thoughts and the way my life was. If that's alcoholism, then I was an alcoholic. I was a heavy gambler. I'd pump hundreds, if not thousands of dollars into the poker machines. I got away from horse gambling. I do flutter a little bit on the horses now, but I've just nailing that sort of simple. It's sort of battling me just trying to talk about it, because it seems like such a hypocritical thing to be saying that, you know, I've stopped all this, but I'm not stopping it. I've cut out smoking, so I'm smoke free, 42 days in, and I'm really proud of that. I'm really happy with that. That's not something I want to go back to. I decided to stop drinking until I have my intake weekend with the Coaching Institute, which is actually next weekend. I've been gone 18 days. My intention at the moment isn't necessarily to give up drinking. It was just a plan for 4 or 5 weeks to stop drinking and prove to myself that I don't rely on the alcohol, and that I want to be have clarity and definition, and I don't need to get drunk. I can be happy with what's going on. So it's not these massive changes. I was very unhealthy, very unfit. Didn't really exercise. I'd go through spurts where, you know, I might ride every day for 2 or 3 weeks, and then I'd stop and wouldn't do it for a long time. I'd walk around, go for a walk in the morning, I'd do that, and then sporadically, you know, maybe 2 or 3 days a week I'd do it, and then I wouldn't do it. So I was never consistent at exercising. Food, I'd eat KFC, McDonald's, hot chips, pizzas, corn chips, CC's, potato chips, chocolate, sweets, you know, 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night. Didn't really focus on fruit and veg. Wasn't really worried about the 5 food groups. I'd eat carbs all hours of the day. Plenty of rice, plenty of bread. So I'm 6'4", 188 centimetres thereabouts, and I'm weighing in at about 120 to 122 kilos. So I am, by my height definition, overweight. I am a solid build, so I think my ideal weight was around 94 kilos, but for my build, maybe closer to 100. So at worst, I'm 20 k's overweight. So what I've started doing along this journey with the Coaching Institute, I've actually started reading, minimum half an hour to an hour every day. Something I didn't do regularly. I didn't enjoy reading. It's too slow for me, it's boring. I've actually started enjoying it, so it's more about what I read and finding enough information to read. I've now got books piled up on my iPad waiting for me to get to. I'm currently reading Awaken the Giant Within, the Tony Robbins book, which I believe Sharon Pearson has modelled herself on, and she's the owner of the Coaching Institute, which is the program I'm going through. So it's a good idea for me to model my attitudes on these people above me or beside me that are successful. So what I've started to do is keep records of my goals, my affirmations that I want to talk through every day. I started out writing it in a journal. I still do that. 2 pages. 1 page is the stock standard daily affirmation, daily goals, medium to long-term goals, and the reflection over the last 24 hours. And the other page is just for notes, whether I take them for today or tomorrow to remind me of things to do. There may be a webinar that was interesting, something interesting in a book that I'm reading or something like that. I just jot down some notes. And then basically I've turned this into a video session where I want to record me and how I speak, my vocabulary, the tone of voice, my facial features, my body language, the bags under my eyes, my weight, the chins, the cheeks, and basically my overall attitude and whether that changes over time. So I think I started on around day 27. I started doing these video recordings, so I've done about 23, 24 of them. It's going to be curious, really curious in 6 months' time to see where I'm at and whether I've achieved these goals, so I can go back and reflect on these. So flicking through my daily spectrum, or whatever the word is. English isn't, vocabulary isn't a great thing of mine, but anyway. Today I'll do everything in my power to reduce my weight to below 109 kilos by the 25th of December 2014. I will complete my exercise, eat healthy, and focus on my back being stronger. I am thinner and my back is stronger. Imagine how great I feel on Christmas Day. So the goals for today is to do over an hour's work on the golf book, working with the Ivana students, that's the business and management stuff, to spend at least an hour there, to read for at least half an hour to an hour, exercise, and I'm going to restart my mental diet. So it's the 10-day mental diet that Tony Robbins recommends, where you just focus on 100% of the time focusing on the solution, avoid trying to focus on the problem. If you do come across a problem or a negative thought, go straight into positive mode and find a solution and find a way to get through that. So I tried to start this 2 days ago. This is my second attempt. I'm going to start today on the mental diet, and we've got to go 10 consecutive days. And the other goal is for Nick and I to return to our own bedrooms. Medium-term goals, these I set at the beginning of November. I basically count down the days until I want to achieve them. I initially set 3-month, 6-month, 12-month and 3-year goals. So I've got 66 days to go to achieve 3 coaching books complete, and that's by the 1st of February. And also by that date is to have 4 first mastermind coaches commitments. I've got 92 days to have completed where I'm emceeing a 500-person coaching seminar, and that's on the 1st of March. I've got 156 days to have a business cruise and holiday booked. That's by the 1st of May. And a big goal is to be weighing under 100 kilos. So I've got 20 odd kilos to lose within 156 days. I've got 341 days to be earning 50 grand per annum in passive income. That's by the 1st of November 2015. And to be financially free. That financially free term is a term that I've come up with my own definition, and that is basically to enjoy what I'm doing, and whatever money I'm earning is for something that I'm enjoying. So to be financially free means that I'm not burdened to have to get up and have to do something because it's a job or it's a career or it's a business that's going to make me do it. Being financially free is being able to do what I want when I want, and if I get paid or if I earn some money for it, fantastic. If I want to go to the beach, if I don't, if I want to do whatever, that's me and my financial freedom. So that's within 12 months. 3 years, I've got 1,071 days until we own our unit here at Riva in Queensland, and that's to have that paid in full. Now, to reflect on the last 24 hours, as I said, this is to just go over what I confronted and what is on my mind at the moment, how I address it, whether it's positive or negative, and how I looked at the whole concept. We went to a workshop at the Kairos where we were talking to a guy. Don had a bit of a chat about health and what we put into our bodies in the way of chemicals and sugar, carbs, all this sort of stuff, and how unhealthy it is, and having electronic equipment in your bedroom when you sleep at night, and the vibrations are interrupting who you are and what you are. So that's something we're really in the top of our minds for Nick and I, is our diet. A lot of it very interesting. We're probably going to give a go their product at some sort of a powdery drink, I suppose, that gets the nutrients in the body, which makes good sense. You're eating crap that doesn't have a lot of nutrients in it, your body's craving it. You eat it, it doesn't work, so your body wants more and more, and that's where you put the weight on. So as soon as you can get the nutrients into your body, you don't have a hunger, and then your body's working a lot better. We also had a business meetup, entrepreneurs seminar, first one we've been to. Brought me back down to earth. A lot of the thoughts and processes that I've been going through and dreaming about and saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to be awesome at it, I'm going to be so good, I can go and run a 500-person seminar and stand up there and talk and have the confidence oozing through me. We walked into the room, it was a little bit late, there weren't as many people there, but it was awkward. I didn't feel 100% confident. I wasn't oozing to just jump up and start walking up and talking to people, and fortunately 2 people came over to us and spoke to us. But it was a bit of a reality check. So we've done that, we've ticked that off the list, we've been to the first one, we know where they're going to be. It looks like they're a monthly event. So next month I'm going to aim to go in there and I'm going to go up to people and start talking to them. I need that confidence, and I have that confidence inside me to go and find out what they've got to do and find out what they're doing and what interests them, and meet new people and get interested in that way. And then this morning I started the triple glucose blood test. I'm in between times here waiting to go back. This is to see if I've got type 2 diabetes. This is after going to the doctor to try and see a dietitian. Interesting concept. I've changed my diet. Excuse me, I seem to do that every morning. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, so I've changed my diet upside down in the last 3 or 4 weeks. So these tests have come about of 40 years of damaging my body, and I don't hold too much weight for them. The doctor's worried I've got type 2 diabetes. If I'm considering cutting all this rubbish out of my life, then I'm not concerned. This is easy, this is simple. I just change my diet, and whatever symptom is coming up on this blood test will be gone. Nothing to worry about. Same with the liver test. I can get that done, but I'm changing my diet anyway. But that's pretty much it. I've hit what I need to do. I'm going to read for about 15 minutes and then go back to the blood test. But ciao for now.